The country's top physicians say they are out of patience. Tonight, their union president sounds off as she says stalled negotiations push them closer to action. Also, a firefighting plane, 25 trucks, and a $10 million promise. But tonight, the government's communications director says the F&M's math just doesn't add up. And we'll tell you, the 24-year-old behind bars tonight, accused of sexually assaulting a woman earlier this month, what happened in court and when he'll be back before a judge. Then in our news at 7:30, a major move in the making. Thursday could mark a new chapter for Grand Bahama as government gears up to ink a deal for Grand Lukayan. Our news anchor, Atalia Hall, is on the ground with local reaction. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. Industrial trouble is looming as the Consultant Physician Staff Association is speaking out tonight, saying they're at their breaking point with stalled negotiations. Union President Dr. Sherelle Lockhart tells us that after months of waiting, the frustration is growing. Berthany McDermott tells us next steps are now on the table.
We're feeling at the moment like we're being tossed back and forth like a hot potato.
4 months after the Consultant Physician Staff Association pulled its services over an outstanding industrial agreement, the Union of Senior Doctors say they remain in limbo without a signed industrial agreement or even a proposal. Union President Sherelle Lockhart tells us that in their March 28th quarterly meeting, Labour and the Public Service Minister Pierre Levereau said the government would propose a proposal on April 1st.
Well, we were fooled because obviously we did not get a new proposal at that time. I didn't necessarily expect it. Because it was completely out of Minister Levereau's hands. She is trying to assist us with, getting this pushed through.
Making matters worse, according to Dr. Lockhart, is the fact that it seems the government and the Public Hospitals Authority are playing the blame game.
The government says that they have been explicit in what they want to propose to us, and the Public Hospitals Authority is saying they have not gotten the green light to send us the proposal. But the proposal that was sent, that we ended up rejecting, the government says that they had no dealings with that. That's not what the discussion was.
The CPSA says it has been faced with the issue since 2022. The group is pushing for two main points. The first is an agreement to provide senior doctors with health insurance and to outline how their premiums will be paid. The second issue is a suitable way to capture the number of hours worked.
They want to put in a time and attendance clause when they have no way to capture our time and attendance. And I continue to tell people that my job does not end when I walk out of the doors of the Princess Margaret Hospital. It continues into the night at home. I am consulting at all hours of the day and night to people on the family islands, to the outside community clinics.
As for what they're prepared to do to get results,
it seems as though the government only understands industrial unrest. They don't understand the kind of calm, let's have a conversation, let's negotiate in good faith. They don't seem to understand that. We are still holding our strike certificate. You know, that is our absolute last resort. And at this particular point in time, if that's what my membership says that we need to do, I'm not going to be the one to discourage that.
Reporting for our news, I'm Berthany McDermott.
The Free National Movement's $10 million pledge to improve fire services equipment is being called grossly underestimated by the government. Communications Director in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrey Ramming, says the FNM's proposal for 25 new fire trucks and a firefighting plane doesn't take the full scope of the issue into account. On Sunday, FNM Deputy Leader Shannon Don Cartwright made the promise, but Ramming argues the party didn't dig deep enough into the needs of the fire service.
It exposes in the first instance is that the deputy of the FNM did not do his homework. The budget that the FNM is proposing of $10 million is grossly underestimated. A fire truck that you need for the ladder could run you into about $4 to $5 million. So it would have exhausted. So it's impossible for the FNM to propose a budget of $10 million for a fire truck and an aircraft. The math simply doesn't add up.
Meanwhile, National Security Minister Wayne Munro and State Minister Leon Lundy also calling out the FNM deputy leader, saying his recent comments were nothing more than political showmanship grounded in fiction. In a joint statement, they dismissed Cartwright's $10 million fire services promise as laughable and inaccurate. As for Ramming, he says government is already in the process of securing 15 to 25 new fire trucks for New Providence and the Family Islands, with a timeline for delivery still being finalized.
The Commission of Police has began the process of identifying the vendor. She traveled earlier this year, I think around either the ending of January or somewhere between the first quarter of this year. I do know that the procurement could take anywhere between 6 to 8 to 12 months simply because of the size of the order.
A 24-year-old man is behind bars accused of rape. Prosecutors allege Wilkendi Knowles sexually assaulted a 27-year-old woman on May 5th. Knowles didn't have to plead to the charge when he stood before Senior Magistrate Algernon Allen Jr. Bail was denied, and Knowles is back in court on August 6th for voluntary bill of indictment papers. And police are searching for an armed robber they say held up a woman and stole her car early Monday morning. According to investigators, the incident happened just after 2 a.m. outside her home in the Summer Haven Estates off Blue Hill Road. Police say she was sitting in her 2013 Honda Fit outside her home and a man suddenly jumped in, threatened her, and forced her out of the vehicle. They say the suspect then drove off in the car. If you have any information that could help investigators, you are asked to call police at 911, 919, or you can leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. And now to Grand Bahama, where after years of waiting, the island may finally be turning a corner. This Thursday, government is expected to sign a long-awaited heads of agreement for the redevelopment of Grand Lukayan Resort. It's a move many hope will breathe new life into the island's struggling economy. Prime Minister Philip Davis set to attend the signing, and excitement already building just steps away at the Port Lukayan Marketplace. PLM Marketing Manager Sieska Jones says the team gearing up to celebrate the milestone, calling it a symbol of hope for residents ready for real change.
Grand Bahama has been in a slump for some time now, and we were elated when we heard that the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, will be on the island this Thursday, May 15, 2025, to sign the Heads of Agreement, which will mark a major step towards revitalizing the long-dormant property in Freeport, Grand Bahama.
And Jones says the marketplace will also host a festive event with junk canoe and live entertainment.
We would like to invite the entire island from McLeanstown to West End to flock to the marketplace on Thursday, May 15th, as we bring the market square alive and celebrate this great news in grand style. At 5:30 p.m., the Prime Minister will rush, along with the New Year's Day Parade Junkanoo winners, the swingers, from Manor House to the Market Square, with the sounds of cowbells, whistles and horns, bass drums, and brass instruments, and will announce this exciting news to all Bahamians at 6:15 p.m., followed by Top Tier Band, who has promised to give us a top-tier live performance.
All right, sounds like a lot of fun. Meanwhile, vendors on the island say they're cautious about the deal. They say, show us the action. Coming up in our news at 7:30, hear from those local vendors who say they're tired of waiting for promises. All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is in the Weather Center. Greg, we called for that rain yesterday. We got it.
Didn't need it all one time.
Well, listen, we got it today. We got it today. I checked the humidity before I came in. It was 84, so it's up 4 percentage points.
It's up there.
But Greg, I know you had a struggle getting to the studio tonight.
I was. They told me to wear the raincoat. Nah. But yeah, it's.
I thought you were going to keep it on when you came in the studio.
That traffic out there is horrendous,
Yeah.
and then you have that highway with the light being out at the Mall and Marathon Junction there.
And there's quite a bit of flooding also when I was coming in. I saw.
I left home early this morning, and we didn't have any rain in the rain gauge.
Yeah.
But this afternoon, this evening, it looks as though I have at least 2 inches of rain in the rain gauge. So a lot of water came out. We had some street flooding, and that's probably what's contributing to the traffic nightmare out there. But yeah, exercise caution out there and have a little bit of patience. We're going to get to this. We still have a second round to go. That happens tomorrow morning. 75 degrees, much cooler this evening. Mostly cloudy skies with some showers on the outdoors. Southeast winds at 30 miles per hour. It feels like temperature well up there. It's almost 100% humidity. Feels like 74 degrees out there as well. Temperatures around the islands. Now I want you to take a note. Look at the 70s right here. 80s to the north, Grand Bahama, Alistown, Bimini. Getting a little more sunshine early this afternoon. 78 in Marsh Harbor as well. And then we pick up 79 Nicholstown, Andros, Great Harbor Key, Governor's Harbor. Here in the capital, we still have those showers, so it's 75. Central Bahamas into the 80s, 81 in Kemps Bay, Black Point, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Port Nelson, that's in the Rum Key area, as well as Deadman's Key, Georgetown 83, Coburn Towns and Salvador 80. Southeast Bahamas 81s, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Delectable Bay, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Abrams Bay, Providenciales, Tricks and Caicos, and Matthewtown, Renagua, checking in at 82. So this is the setup. Frontal boundary moved off the Florida coast earlier this morning. It's now across the northwest Bahamas. Will continue to side towards the south. Should be into the central Bahamas later on tonight. But a lot of moisture associated with that. We have some training, what we call training, some showers building in back behind most of the activity that we had earlier today. So we are looking for some more showers. An upper level disturbance will help to contribute towards this. So we are going to get some more rain. So exercise caution out there. More showers to come. So some flooding is likely in some locations that see some flooding. That's your first look at weather. We'll tell you more about what to expect for the balance of the week when we come back.
Coming up in sports, well, we're here now, guys. Wednesday night takes on a different context. The season will be on the line for Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors on the road.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Royalty graces the next episode of the Charlie Bahama Show with Lady E.
I'm so happy to be here with you. You're one of my heroes. You're one of the people who I always watch on TV. I still remember the theme music from Electric Air. So, just being
All my money. You got all my money. All my money. I love her already. Catch the next episode of the Charlie Bahama Show this Friday night, 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
Welcome to Journey TV.
I'm glad the Wally boys have split, because you know what? There ain't no being no more competition.
The words on the Spelling Bee show in the lot.
Phosphorescent.
Hey, it's the Charlie Bahama Show. Welcome, I'm your boy, Charlie Bahama.
New season of groovin' is here.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. An absolutely dreadful third quarter ultimately undid any hopes Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors had of evening their half of the Western Conference semifinals. Hield finished with 14 points, but the Warriors lost 117-110 last night at the Chase Center in Game 4 of the best-of-7 series. He shot 4 for 11 from the field, 2 for 6 from three-point range, and added 4 rebounds in 35 minutes. Over the next 2 weeks, the top programs in the country will come together to compete for the right to be called national champions at the Samuel P. Haven High School Nationals. Hosted by the Bahamas Football Association and the Ministry of Education, the tournament will feature teams from New Providence, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Play will get started with the Grand Bahama Northern Group Playoff May 15th and 16th. The schedule then shifts to the capital May 21st and 22nd for the New Providence Group Playoff. The juniors take the pitch May 27th, and competition concludes with the championship matches May 30th. With roster spots on both the Billie Jean King Cup and Davis Cup teams on the line, a few young tennis stars took the spotlight over the weekend at the National Tennis Center. The Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association hosted team trials and produced more eligible players to join the finalists from the 2024 Giorgio Baldacci Open Nationals. On the ladies' side, Jalissa Clark, the country's top-ranked player in the under-18 division, won over Sapphire Ferguson in the finals in straight sets. On the men's side for the Davis Cup team, Dante Armbruster won in straight sets over Kofi Bowe. And now that the preseason's done, let's get to the games that count and the title defense for Jonquil Jones and the New York Liberty. The Libs finished the preseason with a 1-1 split after last night's 84-61 win over Japan's Toyota Antelopes at the University of Oregon's Matthew Knight Arena. That'll do it for our sports. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Donald Trump kicks off his Middle East tour with a $600 billion splash in Saudi Arabia. Plus, explosive claims in day 2 of Diddy's federal trial. Ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura takes the stand, detailing alleged abuse and forced sex acts. The hip-hop mogul says it was all consensual. And rapper Tory Lanez hospitalized after a violent prison stabbing. Officials confirmed the attack. His team says he suffered collapsed lungs. We'll tell you his condition when our news returns.
When Team Bahamas took on the region at the 2025 Carifta Aquatics and Athletics Championships in Trinidad and Tobago, we were there. When the country's stars of tomorrow announced their arrival to the world. When champions rose, records fell, and history was made, we were there. Cable Bahamas, RTV, Experience more. Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
At RBC, we're proud to support Alive's Ultimate Business Makeover campaign for a second year. We know that micro, small, and medium businesses are vital to our economy. They drive innovation, and more importantly, they create jobs. By investing in their growth, we're fostering economic success, and together we can pave the road to a thriving business community.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. U.S. President Donald Trump kicked off his Middle East tour Tuesday with a high-profile visit to Saudi Arabia, touting new economic deals and his push for peace in Ukraine and Gaza. Trump announced the lifting of U.S. sanctions on Syria, saying it's time to give them a chance at greatness. He also signed a $600 billion investment deal with the Saudis, including a massive $142 billion defense agreement. Trump travels next to Qatar and the UAE. But controversy follows Trump over plans to accept a $400 million jet from Qatar ahead of his foreign talks. He defended his administration's plan to accept the luxury jet donated by Qatar, saying it would be stupid to turn it down. The jet, which Trump says is a gift to the Department of Defense, will reportedly be used as Air Force One until the end of his term, then handed over to his Presidential Library Foundation. Democrats blasting the move, calling it unethical and a conflict of interest. The White House insists the donation is legal and transparent, though the details are still being worked out.
Respectfully, sir, as a businessman, some people may look at this and say, have you ever been given a gift worth millions of dollars and then not received anything?
It's not a gift to me, it's a gift to the Department of Defense. And you should know better, because you've been embarrassed enough, and so has your network. Your network is a disaster. ABC is a disaster. Here is the bill. Bobby, come on over here. Now you're talking about trillions and trillions.
And it's day two in the federal trial of hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, who's facing explosive sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Tuesday's emotional testimony came from ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, who described being pressured into frequent sex acts with strangers, called freak-offs, just to please Combs. Ventura said the encounters became a job and accused Combs of regular physical abuse during their relationships. Combs has pleaded not guilty, saying the sex was consensual and part of a swinger lifestyle. He faces multiple federal charges and decades in prison if convicted. And rapper Tory Lanez is in the hospital after being stabbed multiple times in prison. The California Department of Corrections says the attack happened early Monday at the Tepache facility, where Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, is serving 10 years for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. A post from Lanez's verified Instagram claims he was stabbed 14 times and suffered collapsed lungs, but is now breathing on his own and in good spirits. His attorney confirmed the attack, but says she's still trying to get details. An investigation is reportedly underway. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was May 13th. Then in our news at 7:30, another deal, another promise. But some Port Lukayan vendors say they won't believe it till they see it. Grand Lukayan sale is set to be signed, but not everyone's sold just yet. Plus, forecasters warn this year's hurricane season could be more active than usual, but one local expert says the real priority isn't prediction. We'll tell you what you should be concerned about this year when our news returns.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust. On this day in Bahamian history in 1650, a ship departed Massachusetts with provisions for the struggling Lutheran adventurers in the Bahamas. Trading relief for Brazil would send back to support the expansion of Harvard College. In 1852, the parish of St. Anne's was created and the new St. Anne's Anglican Church was consecrated. May 13, 1927, Arrington Washington Isaac Bumpy Watkins Jr. was born in Lower Deadman's Key, Long Island. A policeman, politician, and activist, he advocated for various causes. He was elected to the House of Assembly in 1972, representing the constituency of Marsh Harbor, Abaco for the Free National Movement. Prior to independence, he led two movements for Abaco to stay a United Kingdom territory. In 1970, a vote of no confidence held against Prime Minister Lyndon Pinling. The motion was defeated, leading to the formation of the Free National Movement by dissenting members of the Progressive Liberal Party. And in 2016, F&M Senator Lanisha Roll resigned, citing personal reasons amidst controversy over alleged disparaging remarks about fellow MPs. She was replaced by Dr. Dwayne Sands. All right, what started as a simple blog back in 2019 has grown into a full-fledged TV series with a growing international footprint. Journey TV, created and hosted by Early and Camille, is back on RTV for its fourth season. After stints on platforms like Tempo and 24 Flicks, the show first aired on RTV just months after launching online and has since built a reputation for storytelling that's both inspiring and intentional. Camille says this season will continue that mission, and she's giving us a sneak peek at what viewers can expect.
So this season, we're bringing stories of resilience, stories of people beating the odds, them overcoming poverty, overcoming childhood adversity, childhood trauma, overcoming grief, and overcoming heartbreak, divorce, all of the issues that we see now in our communities.
And Camille says this season was filmed at Fusion Superplex with a brand new element added to the show.
Having the live studio audience actually was great. We were able to feel exactly what viewers on the other end of the television would feel. So they brought a lot of energy. They were fully engaged. We saw a lot of different emotions, from crying to celebration. So it was a beautiful experience.
All right, be sure and stay tuned to RTV for new episodes of Journey TV right here on channel 212. If you want to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. It's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now, Megan Chemper. She's up with the latest headlines. Megan?
Thanks so much, Candino. It's a pleasure being here with you tonight on this rainy Tuesday.
Listen, I'm so glad Greg made it here.
Honestly.
And got here in time, fighting that traffic. But
man.
again, that flooding, I'd say watch out for that when you leave in the studio, eh?
Absolutely. Drive carefully, guys.
Yeah.
Well, coming up tonight at 7:30, an American woman is injured after falling from a boat. Plus, the GBPA initiative helping Grand Bahamians learn crafting for tourism. Here are your latest headlines. Poised for potential turnaround. As government prepares to sign an HOA for the sale of the Grand Lukayan Resort, the managing director of a neighboring resort says the development couldn't come at a better time. But how do neighboring straw market vendors feel? Well, they say they are tired of tentative plans. Now they want action. And then the labor minister calling stalled negotiations with the CPSA deeply regrettable. This as she admits the final counter proposal has not yet been presented to the association. And later, with warmer oceans and changing weather patterns, forecasters say now is the time to prepare for a busier than usual hurricane season. We've got the details on these stories and more when our news continues.
INTI Corporation is on the move. Day by day, panel by panel, our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, INTI redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lukayan solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. INTI is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as INTI Corporation shines brighter than ever. INTI Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Get ready to shop till you drop. The Vitamalt shopping spree is back, and you could be the next winner of a $500 shopping spree. Here's how to enter. Buy a 6-pack of ginger, acai, or coconut and hibiscus Vitamalt from any Super Value or 700 Wines and Spirits location. Snap a picture of your receipt and WhatsApp your name and photo of the receipt to 825-2191. This promotion ends Saturday, April 19th. Will you be the next lucky shopper? Vitamalt. Vitalize naturally.
Every season creates an opportunity for you to enjoy the comfort and security of your most valuable assets. Unfortunately, termites are common and very unwanted guests that never stop eating. With Struckham, you can enjoy the peace of...
Hey, Greg Thomas.
Welcome to our news and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Megan Shepard. Thursday is expected to be a historic day on Grand Bahama as government prepares to sign a heads of agreement with a new investor for the Grand Lukayan Resort. Our Talia Hall is on the ground and spoke with a neighboring hotel executive who says the deal could bring new life to the island.
Following years of delays and economic uncertainty, Grand Bahama is poised for a potential turnaround. On Thursday, May 15th, the government is expected to sign the heads of agreement for the redevelopment of the Grand Lukayan Resort, a move being touted as a game changer for the island's economy. The signing ceremony is expected to be attended by Prime Minister Philip Davis and other high-level officials. Managing Director of the Pelican Bay Hotel, Magnus Alnebeck, says the development couldn't come at a better time.
We would like to see it open as soon as possible. Of course, it's a signing of a heads of agreement, and then there's going to be work, and then there's going to be repositioning and branding and renovations and so on. And then there will eventually be an even happier day. And that is when the opening party is, and we see that people are working there, and it's open and functioning. I'm as eagerly waiting the announcements on Thursday to see what is being planned, and I wish the new owners welcome and the best of luck, and we'll be happy to help out in any way. We want this to be successful.
He says the project is expected to bring a number of spin-off opportunities.
It's restaurants, it's golf courses, it's tours, it's events.
Alnebeck believes the momentum from the resort project could also push forward another critical infrastructure upgrade, a new airport for the island.
I am sure that that's going to be part of the heads of agreement. I mean, you don't buy a hotel like that without having made sure that you have the right deals in place with government, that you're going to have an airport that can accommodate the airlift.
And despite economic challenges over the years, Pelican Bay has managed to stay afloat.
I think we have been able to create a culture at Pelican Bay, and with a lot of the staff who over the years has worked at Pelican Bay, in that we don't give up. And, through Hurricane Matthew, Hurricane Dorian, through COVID, Pelican Bay remained open. The 20 years that I have been here, Pelican Bay has not been closed one single night.
And with Thursday fast approaching, he says hotel bookings have already increased.
It's the problem in Grand Bahama with shortage of rooms. When there is something happening in Grand Bahama, we quickly run out of hotel rooms. And at the moment, we have a lot of projects going on, Carnival Key, other in the industrial sector.
Now, Alnebeck says he believes that this heads of agreement signing will bring more positivity to the island. And overall, he's optimistic about its future. Reporting in Grand Bahama for our news, I'm Talia Hall.
Thanks so much, Italia. Well, as government prepares to sign that new agreement for the sale of the Grand Lukayan Resort, some straw vendors at the Port Lukayan Marketplace say they're not getting excited until the deal is sealed. Our news understands the Davis administration plans to sign a heads of agreement with Concord Wilshire, a United States-based real estate and resort development company. Straw vendor Beverly Gray says while it's good news for Grand Bahama, she's tired of hearing tentative plans and wants to see action.
When we see something on TV with the deal saying that it's sold, then that's when I'm going to believe that it's sold. I'm tired of hearsay. I'm tired of the struggling. But God allows us to go through things for purpose. So I guess this time it may be the right news or it may be sold, I'm praying that it is. Because it would bring growth to Grand Bahama and to Port Lukayan.
Now, the signing is set for this Thursday. These vendors say they are excited for the deal and the economic boost it's expected to bring to the island.
I am so excited right now. I am just overwhelmed about the sale of the Grand Lukayan that my government is doing.
Well, I am happy about the hotel being sold because it stopped all the naysay and this one saying bad about the government and the next saying bad about the government. So I am glad that it's sold now.
Meantime, Labor and the Public Service Minister Pia Glover-Roll is hitting back after the Consultant Physician Staff Association slammed stalled negotiations over its industrial agreement. In a statement, Glover-Roll explained that the revised language, which was agreed upon by all involved parties, was resubmitted to the PHA on April 15th. She admitted that it appears the final counter-proposal has not yet been presented to the CPSA. At the heart of the issue are health insurance and time recording for the consultant physicians. She emphasized that the Department of Labor's mediation team believes the matters are ready for resolution, pending timely and transparent communication between the Public Hospitals Authority and the CPSA. The Labor Minister acknowledged the team did not anticipate the process taking this long.
This is an unfortunate delay that has caused another stall in negotiations, which is deeply regrettable because these are simple clauses. So I feel that we're well within the reach of resolution. The Department of Labor joins in these processes, expecting these final issues to be resolved, as I would have stated in previous statements, in a matter of weeks. So we definitely did not anticipate such a lengthy delay.
CPSA President Dr. Sherelle Lockhart said the union feels it's being treated like a hot potato, being tossed back and forth between the government and the Public Hospitals Authority. The Labor Minister says the ministry is looking to do what they can to progress this matter.
And while we are in the midst of negotiations, there is the instability. But our commitment remains in fostering harmonious labor relations. We pledge to stand in the gap. We pledge to ensure that matters are resolved in as timely and a fair a manner as possible, and that's what our goal remains.
Former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram is making a clarion call for unity within the party he once led, the Free National Movement. In recent years, the party has had its fair share of controversy. Most recently, Central Grand Bahama MP Iram Lewis resigned from the FNM and joined the Coalition of Independents last month. Speaking at the memorial service for the late J. Henry Boswick at FNM headquarters on Monday, former PM Ingram said the FNM has to unite in order to defeat the Progressive Liberal Party in the next general election.
I don't believe that because people are fed up with the PLP that they're just going to vote for you. But you also got to accept that, listen, we got to be united. We gotta be of one accord. We gotta be of one accord, and we gotta have one purpose: to win and to govern on behalf of the people of the Bahamas. And so I ask you, FNM, since you say you are FNM, be FNM.
Ingram warned that despite strong support, the FNM must not repeat past mistakes like in 1987 when enthusiasm did not translate into votes due to a lack of registered supporters. The former leader also encouraged party members to listen to seasoned voices, but also forge their own path forward. He pledged not to interfere, but to assist where needed.
You have Tommy, you have Brett, you have Minnis, you have Hubert Ingram. All of them you have to get advice from time to time. But we will stay on your way. I will not be in your way, but I will be available to assist if I can.
And in news from the courts, a 42-year-old man is behind bars awaiting sentencing after he was convicted of molesting a 5-year-old boy. Jose Thompson, a friend of the boy's mother, allegedly touched and kissed the child's genitals on 3 consecutive occasions in November 2020. Thompson returned to court on July 8th for the penalty phase of his trial before Justice Joyanne Ferguson. An American woman is in the hospital after she was injured in a boating incident on Monday afternoon. Police say it happened around 3:45 p.m. after the woman entered the water from a boat she was a passenger on, while it was attempting to dock at a marina on Bay Street. Investigators say during the incident, she sustained serious injuries to her lower body after being hit by the boat's propeller. The vessel's crew members pulled her from the water and back onto the boat before calling EMS, who transported her to the hospital. At last report, she was last listed in critical condition. Well, hurricane season is almost here, and forecasters say it's shaping up to be busier than usual, with warmer oceans and changing weather patterns in play. With the official start of the season just weeks away, our Delvado Emmanuel spoke with a local meteorologist who's urging residents to focus less on the forecast and more on preparation. Delvado Emmanuel has those details.
It only takes one storm to derail your entire season. You could predict 17, 18, 19, 20 storms, but it only takes one storm to actually affect and devastate your country or your island or your neighbor's island and set you back like about 20 years.
Meteorologist Ian McKenzie urging residents to get ahead of the game this hurricane season. The 2025 Atlantic hurricane season is just weeks away, and weather experts are warning residents to brace for another above-average year.
According to Colorado State University, which normally predicts these storms, this year they're giving about 70 named storms, 9 expected to become hurricanes, and about 4 expected to be major hurricanes. That's about category 3 or above.
While the official start date is June 1st, officials say now is the time to prepare and not panic.
Prepare accordingly, ensure that your documentation is in place, ensure that you have a hurricane plan, check up on hurricane supplies, your insurance, all these basic things, and also attend as many workshops or preparedness seminars.
These numbers come from Colorado State University, a go-to for storm forecasting, and they are higher than the usual average of 14 storms, 17 hurricanes, and 3 major ones. But what's pushing those numbers up?
Like I mentioned, with the El Nino events, sea surface temperatures, warmer sea surface temperatures, and the Sahara dust as well. Now, all those factors combined would influence the amount of storms that we could have in the Atlantic Basin in any typical season.
This year, the region is in what forecasters call a neutral phase, meaning no strong El Nino or La Nina pattern is expected to help suppress or intensify storm activity. That has many meteorologists on high alert.
It increases the vertical wind share of the storms, and that's once you have an increase in vertical wind shear, it's kind of like it creates the death of a storm. Pretty much it suffocates the systems.
Warmer waters are making storms stronger, and sometimes they form much earlier than expected. Last year we saw a strong system, Hurricane Beryl, from in June. That said, with May being Hurricane Preparedness Month, experts have this advice. Stock up on supplies, have your insurance, and most importantly, have a plan. Reporting for our news, I'm Devado Emmanuel.
Well, we've still got lots more news to share with you tonight, but first, meteorologist Greg Thompson joins us for your first look at temperatures. Greg, busy hurricane season, rainy Tuesdays. What's next for the week?
Rainy season hasn't really kicked off, but we are going to see that start at the end of the month. And those are some good words and wise decisions that you need to make for the upcoming hurricane season. Expected to be above average. We had an above average season last year, so get ready. Season is going to be getting started in about a couple of weeks, so it's not time to slunk. Nice outside, but humid, and of course it is wet, 76 degrees, and mostly cloudy skies. Southeast winds at 10 miles per hour. I think we still have a few light showers on the outside, but your field state temperature is at 74. This is how things are setting up on the satellite and radar composite. Frontal boundary kind of weakening, but we do have some upper level support that's helping to fire up some showers and thunderstorms across the area. We will continue to see that pattern repeat tonight through to early portions of tomorrow. So more showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Flooding is a possibility for some of these thunderstorms. We did have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings issued earlier today, and we expect much the same tomorrow before things clear out for the end of the week. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
When we come back from the break, one coconut at a time, we'll tell you how the Crafters Academy is hoping to bridge the gap between local crafters and local markets. Plus, with gloomy weather on the outside, our Greg Thompson steps back into the Weather Center with a look at conditions for the days ahead. We've got the details still to come on our news.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Royalty graces the next episode of the Charlie Bahama Show with Lady E.
I'm so happy to be here with you. You're one of my heroes. You're one of the people who I always watch on TV. I still remember the theme music from Electric Air. So, just being
all my money. You got all my money. All my money. I love her already. Catch the next episode of the Charlie Bahama Show this Friday night, 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
TV.
I'm glad the Wally boys have split, because you know what? There ain't no being any more competition.
The words on the Spelling Bee show ain't a lot.
Phosphorescent.
Hey, it's the Charlie Bahama Show. Welcome, I'm your boy, Charlie Bahama.
New season of grooving is here.
Over in Grand Bahama, something innovative is taking root, and it's happening one coconut at a time. The Crafters Academy is giving residents a chance to turn natural, locally sourced materials into marketable goods. From coasters to coconut bowls, organizers say the program aims to prepare locals for the influx of cruise ship passengers set to arrive this summer. The initiative is a collaborative effort between local artists, crafters, and the Grand Bahama Port Authority, who are funding the classes and providing the space. It's the brainchild of Fatima Zara Kaboob, chair of the Art Lukayan Festival.
This is our third year this year. Having worked with artists in Grand Bahama for 3 years, I suddenly keep looking around and seeing we've got all this art in this gallery, but it doesn't seem to trickle down anywhere around us. You look around to the straw market and there's nothing. It's like there's no connection between our artists and what we produce in Grand Bahama. So that's how it came about, and I spoke to Lisa Cadella, who's my go-to, my partner in crime and everything, Crafters Academy, and we approached the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and we thought we could bring some value in connecting the artists with the crafters and create something really, really special.
And this initiative is about more than just crafting, it's about community. Many participants, including those from previous trainings, are now talking about forming co-ops to share tools and turn their craft into an industry.
I learned so much about the use of the coconut, what you can do with it, from cutting it open, taking off the bark, to actually smoothing out the edges, and so many things you can make with it. Just bowls, water goblet, fascinators, hats, conch salad bowls. It's really interesting.
And this is one of the creation I made from the silver top of the coconut. They call it the coconut leather.
So tell us, how long did it take you to do this?
Well, this just take a day, really. Because I just, in my spare time, I just love to create different stuff.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, a third quarter run undoes Buddy and the Warriors. All systems go for the Samuel P. Haven High School Nationals. JJ goes from the red carpet to the preseason, and young tennis players earn national team spots.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
When Team Bahamas took on the region at the 2025 Carifta Aquatics and Athletics Championships in Trinidad and Tobago, we were there. When the country's stars of tomorrow announced their arrival to the world. When champions rose, records fell, and history was made, we were there. Cable Bahamas, RTV, experience more. Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust. Welcome to R Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. An absolutely dreadful third quarter ultimately undid any hopes Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors had of evening their half of the Western Conference semifinals. Hield finished with 14 points, but the Warriors lost 117-110 last night at the Chase Center in Game 4 of the best-of-7 series. He shot 4 for 11 from the field, 2 for 6 from three-point range, and added 4 rebounds in 35 minutes. The Warriors led 60-58 at the half, but the T-Wolves went on a decisive 17-0 run in the third period. The series shifts back to the Target Center Wednesday night for Game 5, and the T-Wolves have an opportunity to advance to the conference finals. The Warriors will still be without Stephen Curry, who sat out his third game in a row and is scheduled to have his left hamstring reevaluated on Wednesday. Over the next 2 weeks, the top programs in the country will come together to compete for the right to be called national champions at the Samuel P. Haven High School Nationals. Hosted by the Bahamas Football Association and the Ministry of Education, the tournament will feature teams from New Providence, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Play will get started with the Grand Bahama Northern Group Playoff May 15th and 16th. The schedule then shifts to the capital May 21st and 22nd for the New Providence Group Playoff. The juniors take the pitch May 27th, and competition concludes with the championship matches May 30th.
Nassau is not just the Bahamas. We have the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and there's over 146 schools in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And I can tell you, one of the key words that we have in the Ministry of Education is collaboration. We cannot do anything without the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture.
With roster spots on both the Billie Jean King Cup and Davis Cup teams on the line, a few young tennis stars took the spotlight over the weekend at the National Tennis Center. The Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association hosted team trials and produced more eligible players to join the finalists from the 2024 Giorgio Baldacci Open Nationals. On the ladies' side, Jalissa Clark, the country's top-ranked player in the under-18 division, won over Sapphire Ferguson in the finals in straight sets. Both finalists will join Sydney Clark and Simone Pratt on the 2025 Billie Jean King Cup team. On the men's side for the Davis Cup team, Dante Armbruster won in straight sets over Kofi Bowe. Armbruster will return to the Davis Cup team while Bowe will make his debut. They will join national champion Denali Nottage and Michael Major to make up the 2025 Davis Cup team. And now that the preseason's done, let's get to the games that count and the title defense for Jonquil Jones and the New York Liberty. The Libs finished the preseason with a 1-1 split after last night's 84-61 win over Japan's Toyota Antelopes at the University of Oregon's Matthew Knight Arena. Jones had 6 points and 5 rebounds in 18 minutes. New York will commence their regular season on May 17th against the Las Vegas Aces at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Jones's offseason was highlighted by a star turn off the court for the finals MVP, and she received rave reviews for her appearance at the Met Gala.
Just got a chance to speak with everybody and just, mingle in the room and just a chance to pick people's brains, talk to people that you've seen, just being extremely successful and doing it on a big stage. So it was just a good opportunity just to speak to people.
That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. It feels like JJ and the Libs should run back the same outfits from the Met Gala when they hang the championship banners on Saturday. Or just have Junkanoo, we could let them borrow it for a night. Back to the studio.
On the other side of the break, could Hump Day Wednesday be another rainy day in the capital? Greg Thompson is back in the Weather Center with the answer and a complete look at temperatures across the country. Stick with us.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
This is our news. Welcome back. An unsettled weather pattern across the area as a frontal boundary, an upper level trough, and a lot of moisture continues to stream across the northwest Bahamas. The front will drop into the central Bahamas very slowly, but we expect a second round of some showers and thunderstorms across the northwest Bahamas early in the morning, and that should take us by mid-afternoon before things start to clear out. Grand Bahama seeing some clearing skies as we speak. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with the boundary still hanging out across our area, still waning a bit. Most of the activity in the open Atlantic, but by tomorrow morning, some showers still in the forecast, and that will wane itself out by Thursday as conditions gradually improve. Boating forecast, nice on the waters, southeast to south winds 10 to 15 knots. They will fall light and variable in the northwest Bahamas, seas 2 to 4 feet, while in the southeast Bahamas, caution flag in place for you guys down there. East to southeast winds 15 knots, seas running 3 to 5 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we'll keep the showers in the forecast tomorrow. Conditions improving on Thursday, but look at those temperatures. We are starting to see those 90s, and it feels like summer. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepherd. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.